morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be. This is episode 35 of our solo play, no mods, of update 11. So let me get the title screen off. I have played about 5-ish hours since the last episode. All off, quote, offline, unrecorded. So in that time, I have made more roads, I have crushed more granite, I have everything made to do our basic 2s. So we have 13. We have 4 times 13 is 52 whole planks that we were working on last episode. We have our 26 metallurgic basics for 2 times 13. And we have our 13 gathering basics. So we could queue up our 13 upgrades and get them going. So that'll take most of this episode to get them all done, and then we can put them in the tables. As we get them, we'll put them in more tables. As you also can see, I did finish out this, and I moved everything in this room out here. So we have our masonry table, which used to be in that corner. We have our chest here, which was right there next to the loom. This is our tool bench and our workbench that were already here. This is the farm table that used to be in that corner. This is a chest that used to be right next to it. There's our carpentry table and wainwright, which were right here. So everything is going in to plan as we speak. Also, while offline, we'll come up here where we were doing our tree orchard. As you can see, this other hill has been taken out except for the trees that were on dirt. That dirt needs to be taken out, but dirt that we couldn't pull because of the roots. And we planted more trees where we're going to have them, other than trees that were already there and we haven't filled in. We started to build our ramp down on this side. This will eventually come down here, where this is going to be the road that comes back this direction. And hey, what do you know? This is the road that goes back to our base underground. So that is everything I have been doing while offline. So other than that, we have plenty of fish cut up in order to start working on our module 3, basic 3s. One buffalo, 2 buffalo, 3 buffalo laying on top. Alright. So, we haven't done anything wood-wise recently. This was all finished. So let's go ahead, come back up here to the wainwright. We have more than enough. Well, we can make or bring over more. Let's go ahead and make another 100. And I'm not worried about the crushed because we do have the crushed. It's just not where it's pulling from. Same with the mortar. So, the mortar here is 54. And we need... how much? 166. So 1, 66, and we can move that straight over to here. So now we should have enough in there. Yes, we have just enough. So now all we need is to get the crushed rock over there, which, as you see, we have more crushed rock right there. We have more crushed rock. Ooh, no. Alright, let's take this and drop it in this one. And we have this right here. So, right now we have... There we go. We got enough. We need 138, and we got 155. We got enough. So we'll be able to finish off that 100 roads. Oh, and I also did finish off building this road over to here that it goes down this ramp that we started. So we're getting roads in as we dig up more rock and crush it. So this basalt will get dug out and it'll get turned into more of more mortared stone, because before long on the modules for upgrade 4, we're going to need the Geology Advanced, which is the mortared stone. And we'll need 13 times... Oh, we already got it. Okay. Actually, it's closer to about 15 or 16, so... Which means we'll have to make 15 or 16 here, but we'll also need here. So we'll probably make a couple more basic geologies, because we have none. It's counting all of these basics right here. It's 32 or 33, which are going to disappear as we're making our 2s. So let's go ahead and make, well, let's say 30. And for that we have right here. It's pulling from here and then it'll pull from here. So we can move this stuff up. And that over. And that over. It gets rid of that basalt first. So that would take 900. 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 280. So it's not, that's about a third of it, that basalt. So what we could do is take this granite. We can reach it. Yes, we can. Move that to here, and then we'll bring the other granite that we have over here, move it to that one, and then we'll come over here and move this. Nope, that's where we were moving it to. We are going to take this, holding shift, and move it all up here. So that way we can make more crushed rock. let's go ahead, come through here. We have some sandstone that we can crush. So we got 300, which means we need to move 7 up. And we do have 7, it's just down below. See, we got plenty of it down here. Alright. So pulling out this gets to come down here. I can go up there. Let's see how many of our modules are available. 2. Alright, we'll grab those. We'll start by putting 1 in here. Go to storage, and that'll go there. We'll move this up. Do not put in here, do not put in here. Do not put in there. That can go in there. Actually, put it in there. Move this up. So sand, we have 321. How do we have 321? Okay, that comes down here. While we're doing this, alright, we're not cutting it up anymore at the moment. We'll change those when we get to them. Alright, so that means we should have $220. 220. Good. Now we are needing 1.5, so 220. Well, 100 would be 150. So we're just shy of doing, not 200. Let's see, 160. Yeah, just shy of that. Just shy of doing 150, so let's do 140. I mean, I could do 150 and just move the Actually, we're gonna get it. So go ahead and do this. Let me get some more food. Alright, that's making sand. And something tells me that's not going to be reachable by that. Yep, it can't reach that sand. So, we're going to change this around. That's to and from. Move these down, move this down, move this down. This, and this, and this, and then this, and this. I'm moving it to where I really don't want it, but don't take from that. Put in that. No, do take from that. Okay, where is that? That's all the way over here, isn't it? Yep. I know, I'm moving stuff around there, really. Take or place there. Do not take from here. Place it here. It's like granite we have. Should be 1,000. I don't know why it's not saying it. Oh, because it's there. What's that? 80. 81. Actually, I should have done 40 and then did 40 on this one, but oh well. Alright, in here, we're going to take from this. We're going to make more mortar as soon as we put this in. Because now we are using 0.75 to make 3. Let's do 200. We're going to get more sand as the rocker goes. Next 3 modules will go into the drying racks up above so we can start doing the fish. Or drying the fish, because the dried fish is going to go into culinary basics. So we're going to need like 15 pages of them, which means we need 300 fish. We got more than 300 fish over there already cut up. We just need to dry it. Storage, let's grab the 3 that we made. Head out. Come over to our drying racks. There's 1, 2, 3. So now if we go in here and go back to crafting, we now have 0.75 raw fish per dried. Now we need 300, so we need to be able to produce 100 out of each of these. So if we go 100, we're only going to use 75 fish. We'll queue up 100 there. We will queue up 100 here. Of course, we need food. When you start queuing up a lot of recipes, guess what? You're going to burn through calories. And we'll have to start making some more food again. Before long, we need to upgrade our house so that we can get to the next cooking tables. Alright, so there's our 300 fish started for the basics. Now, while we're looking at that stuff, we need to look at what else we're going to need for that. For upgrade 3s, we're going to need Dendrology Advanced, which means we're going to need a lot of wood to make... Alright, so we need 15 Dendrology Advanced. We're going to need 20 hewn per... So 300 hewn, and we currently have none within range. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we still need like 180, and that's just for the dendrology. That does not include what we need for... Oh, I guess that's all. We won't need it more until we get to here. Alright, so we need 180 and logs. So if we come over here, has this one got it? Yes, it does. So we need 180. 180. It is a multiple of 4. So we need 270 wood and 270 dowel rods. So we're also going to need dowel rods. We're at gonna need 250 more. And that is not a multiple of 4 or of 16. That's a multiple of 4. More food. Let's go ahead and do this, and then we'll have to get more wood. That leaves 21. 21 out of that. Means we need 200 and so if you drop it down to 234, so we need 234 more wood. Luckily, we have an old growth right above us that needs to be chopped up. It's just a matter of getting it down here. But before we do that, now, since campfire roast is a dynamic, we want to put a module back in here for that. Agave is a static. It is not going to change. So we'll do the vegetables. Charcamas is a static, as you see yellow. It's not going to change it by putting a module in it, so it's not going to affect anything. The mushrooms, same thing. And the tomatoes. So both the roast and the salads are dynamics. So those we do want to use the module for. If we come over here and we find that module, we can go ahead and throw that in here. I think. Nope. But we don't have one over here, so let's go ahead and throw this in here. Well, because we're going to work on butchery at some point. Alright, so we need to go cut the wood. So let's go find our small cart, wherever it happens to be. Let's check our map. Where's the small cart? It's over here. Right where we thought it was. Trees are getting closer. There's our old growth. 6 cuts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of course, the tree decides it wants to go on its own. It's stuck in the trees. Alright, cart's full. We bring this over. See if we can... Oh, we can reach a stockpile. Good. It's probably the one just over the road. Alright, I really hate the fact that it's up there in the trees. There we go, that's better. Gonna go down to the river here before long. Too hungry. Of course. Can't get it from there, so we have to actually go and take the long walk. Yay! I launched myself. thought I had another one laying around somewhere. Maybe not. Alright, so... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That would be 440, 460. So I don't know if there's any more down there. We'll find it if we eventually we do. It's hard to tell. Let's grab that. That's probably our missing. We possibly have more chunks laying around somewhere that we kick every so often. So now we can jump back down below, move that wood, and we will have enough for our hewn logs. We need to move 240. So there's 16. It's 41. There you go. There's a 240. So we'll have those made for Dendrology Advanced. And then the only other thing for upgrade 3s would be our Advanced Research, or Agricultural Advanced, which will take dirt, which we got plenty. We need raw food, and then whichever seed crop we want. So we need to not allow that and not allow that. So we'll have to figure out what we're going to do. So if we were to do 15 of these, we need 300 crop seeds. So I guess let's go. Let's go find Amanita mushrooms. I'm trying to remember where they're at. So since we can't remember where they're at, we go here, environmental data, plant group, plant population, Amanita. And now we go like this, and we look, and they're over here in the warm forest. So we don't have any over here on this section where we are at. So the closest we have is everything that is in the Amanita, or in the warm forest. So let's go picking as much of that as we can and try to eliminate the population other than what we have on us. You know what, we're gonna eat a couple dried fish before we go. One other thing we're going to do is we are going to drop off some of our tools that we don't need so we can carry more, because every tool that you carry adds to your weight. They're each 1 kilogram for their weight. Let's throw our claim tool in. Our hoe. So there, now we're down to 5 kilograms, plus the arrows. So we can throw the arrows in here as well, since we're not carrying the bow. So now we're down to under... Come on. There, we're down to 5. We now carry a max of 32.2 kilograms worth of mushrooms and spores. So when we get back, we'll be placing the rest of our modules that we're building. Huh. There's one of our pieces of wood that we kicked. So we'll get that when we go harvesting the oak trees. Or when we get bored, we'll come over and pick it up. So we need to go over by our Comus bulbs, which should be ready by now because they only needed like 3 or 4 hours the last time we were over here. So they should be ready. Yep, 100. 100. So they're all ready. Alright, let's go back this direction a little bit and find our amanitas that are over here. There they are. Take a little bit for the temperature to cut off. Let's go in that direction. There they are. We don't want to pick up the amanitas. Or we do want the amanitas. We don't want the criminies, the white ones, just yet. All right, takes care of that warm spot. Let's go this direction. Where are we at? Over here. There they are. And whatever we don't use of these for producing spores to go into seeds, we can use them in our charred mushrooms. So it's not a bad thing. I mean, we were getting low on bullet mushrooms. There they are, they're down here. Okay, so that's picked all of those and that. So if we go due north, due north, we'll find our little crop. Right, and then we go a little bit further over this direction. I'll find them around this tree. Okay. Then we have a little by the river over here. Then we can jump across the river. And we go in a northeast direction. Should take care of all of them in there unless they're hiding underneath the ferns. And we had a little more over here down this way. Where are we at? We're missing them. There they are. They're hiding behind the ocean spray. Or under the ocean spray. Alright, so... looks like all of them there. Let's go south a little bit, and we have a bigger patch of them here. Okay, so that takes care of everything. See, as these are starting to disappear as it goes by. Probably missed one right down here. No, wait, that's to be the next one to disappear. We cleaned up all these over this way. Oh, we must have missed one right there. Maybe right there. Oh well. Did that. Came here. So we need to go back northwest a little bit there. I think there might be another one over this way somewhere. There they are. Alright, I think that's all of those. So if we go southwest just a little bit, we'll find some more. Come up this direction and we'll find the last patch that we'll probably be picking up. Yep, that's it. We missed that one right there. So there will be a little bit here. These all should all disappear. Those should disappear. Those should disappear. Those. We obviously missed one there. We have a very faint one right here and here, so we missed a couple. Looks like we might have missed a couple in here. It's hard to tell between the granite and the shadow. So we'll have to come back out here for another round. And go back towards the campsite. There's a difference between population, plant population, and plant yield. Plant yield is the best place for them to grow. Plant population is where they're located currently. They may not be the same. Field campsite. The last of our modules should be finishing up if it has not. Come on, let me out of the water. See, this is why the other thing, a reason why I hate uneven terrain. It's hard to get around. This is why you want your roads so you can run on them. And as usual, it takes a while for a solo to do everything. Let's run down below. Since we're at 55 minutes at the moment. Okay, let's put these up here. Alright, so if we went here and we decided to go there, we definitely have... See, that's why we can use them for the seeds, we just can't use them for the raw food tag. So we'll have to get something else for raw food. So we can use them to cook and make raw fungus out of, or charred mushrooms out of, but we can't use it as raw food because it has, by itself, it has no nutritional value because it takes away calories. It's a crap one. Okay, so while we have that, let's go up here. We have 131. We are seeing that chest right here. Let's go ahead and bring this up here. We'll put it here. And we're going to need... How many seeds were we going to need? If we did 15 of these, we'd need 300 seeds. So to make 300 seeds, we don't have that. Actually, we will. There. 300 seeds, and we already have 60, so we need 240. And we'll use up 180 of them. There's our food. Alright, use up 180, which leaves us what? 211. So we could go over here, take those, take another 11. There we go. That should be just what we need, yes. Then we'll go find our food chest over here. And we will go ahead and move the agave back, move that back. We will put this in here, and this should actually stack, yes. Alright, so now we'll start using those for our charred mushrooms. For the campfire, we can't do that yet. Do we have a module here? No, we do not. So put a module in this one. Those don't get modules. Do you have a module? No, you do not. You do have a module. Alright, so everything there has a module. Do you have a module? No, you do not. Throw that in there. Toss this in the loom. Basics, yes. Alright, this one. Basic, yes. That goes in there. Now we have one left over. Let's put it in here. So, alright. This is an advanced, that's advanced. This one has its module. This one has its module. This one is in a basic, so we need one there. I don't remember how many more are we making. Oh, we're all done. Well, darn. Because we need one for the shipyard, one for the carpentry bench over there, and we need one for the anvil. Before we even think about putting any in the arastas to cut their grind time down. Because it's not going to change any of the recipes on the arasta. Because the arastas are all dynamic or static. Except for the garden gravel. So it's not a big deal. We're not going to make garden gravel anytime soon. And this one we can't throw one into yet, but we will eventually once we find some copper. This one is running it, so yes, we have 3 modules left to make. So I guess we'll make our 3 modules. Alright, so we need 3 of these, which means we need, we'll get those out of those. We'll end up making more later. So we need 6 dendrology basics. To make, whoops, we need 2 more. Alright, so then for here, we're going to need 3 gathering. We're going to need the raw food. So we're going to need 90 raw food for that. So let's go ahead and grab 90 tomatoes, because we can go pick those relatively easy. Take from there. Okay, and then once you know what? Let's stick that back here. So once either this module gets done, or, yeah, this module will get done, then we'll make these. Then it'll go to making these for these, so that those get done. And then we'll be back to the geologies and we'll move things around again. For our 2s, which... You know what? We're not going to need the tailoring ones just yet. So let's take that one out and take the one out of the loom. Actually, we'll put this one back in here. We'll take the one out of the tailoring bench. Let's run these back over to... shipyard. We'll take our roads with us that we're going to be putting over this direction. We need to widen this hallway too, besides take out the layer above us. So that'll be another task for offline. Basic road. All this lovely dirt that we'll be pulling up. And then from there we go this. And we'll work our way out to finishing this up. And widening this so we can get our cart through. Throw our module in here, and because of that we'll need 12 hull planks for our 3 modules, which means we need 36 hewn logs. So 36, yep, 36. And we will be short 26 dowel rods, so we need to make 2. So I'll take care of those, and we forgot about the one that we'll put into here. So we'll have to make another one at some point, or we'll just wait until we go to 3s and make it there. Speaking of, why don't we just go ahead and do that? Need 4 more, which means we need another 12 hewn. So this is going to need 28. We're going to make 32. At least 4 left over. So we'd have to make another dowel. Actually make 2, because otherwise we're going to waste wood. So everything's queued up in order to get enough hull planks for 4 more modules. Of course, we break the shovel. But we'll leave that over there. That's something I can do off stream. What are we at? 290? Yeah, that's a repair. So that is where we will call this episode. And we'll see if I go straight from this episode to the next, or if I do a little more offline work of cleaning up some of this stuff. But we'll probably go straight into the next episode. We're working on projects. So we're getting there. If we are currently on day 3 and 16 hours, so, well, 16 hours into day 3, so that's 64 hours so far that I have played. So I would consider that pretty good if in 64 hours I have gotten this much done solo. Now just imagine if you had multiple players, it would surely should not take you 64 hours, combined to get all of this done. Because when someone's not working on their own tasks, they can be helping with getting other stuff. Or moving things around. Because all you're responsible for in your own is any labor that you have to put in for your own tasks. Or for the pages that are associated to your skills. But we will see you next time in episode 36, I believe it will be. This was 35, right? Yeah, this was 35. So I will see everyone in episode 36. So enjoy your morning, your afternoon, your evening, wherever you happen to be. And we will get the other 4 number 2s done, and then we will start in on our number 3s. I will, if I do anything offline, it will be going back over here and picking up the amanitas that I missed. As you can see, I missed a couple. There was that one or so right in this area, and the few that are around in here. We missed some there. We missed one there. We missed one there and there. So there probably is one right in here that we missed. There might be one right there. But I want to pick up all those amanita mushrooms. Once they're all off the map, we'll be set. I'm not worried about taros because we have a whole... I guess we got some amanitas over there too. Alright, so it's not going to be completely barren. We have to go over there too, to the other island. But we can leave them be over there. I just want them all off of this island to start with. But I'll see everyone in the next episode.